Hi, it's Allison on another haunted road trip, and today I'm in England. I am actually at the scene of the 1963 Mothman sighting out near, we're in Hythe, actually, Kent. And this is one of the places where something mysterious was sighted. Maybe UFOs, maybe Mothman, maybe a ghost. It's the Saltwood Mystery. So I'm going to go into the Saltwood Mystery Strange Happenings in Kent, which is a 1963 report from Flying Saucer Review. Alright, the evening of Saturday, November 16th, 1963 was cold and bright, and there was a new moon in the sky. 4 teenagers, 3 boys and a girl, were walking along a country road in the area of Sandling Park near Hythe, Kent. John Flaxton, age 17, a painter employed in the Kent village of Saltwood, happened to look at the sky above the woods at Slaybrook Corner. So we're going to go there next. And notice that one of the stars above him appeared to be moving. John Flaxton admitted to being frightened, for not only was the star moving, it was descending towards the 4 young people. Flaxton stated to a reporter, "It was uncanny. The reddish-yellow light was coming out of the sky at an angle of 60 degrees. As it came towards the ground, it seemed to hover more slowly. I grew cold all over as it vanished behind a clump of trees. The next thing to happen sent the 4 young people rushing for safety in terror. A bright golden light suddenly appeared in the field alongside them. It was about 80 yards away," John Flaxton declared, "floating about 10 feet above the ground. It seemed to move along with us, stopping when we stopped, as if it was observing us. The light was oval, about 15 to 20 feet across, with a bright, solid core. It disappeared behind trees, and a few seconds later, a dark figure shambled out. It was all black, about the size of a human, but without a head. It seemed to have wings like a bat on either side and came stumbling toward us. We didn't want to investigate. Was it a ghost?" One of John's companions, 18-year-old Mervyn Hutchinson, a plastic molder of Bartholomew Lane, Saltwood, also saw the figure clearly. It was just like a bat with webbed feet and no head. So again, we're getting like all kinds of weirdness here. So we are getting definitely what seems like a UFO, this strange light, appearing out of the distance, and then above the trees, and then getting closer, and then the strange figure shambling out with bat wings. Sounds a lot like the Mothman, and that's why John Keel took this story and used it in his writings about the Mothman. But then we're also asked, was it a ghost? Because there are legends here of many ghost sightings, and we'll get into that later. All 4 teenagers were convinced they had seen a ghost after they see this bat-like thing with webbed feet, which is interesting. A detail. It's like a cross between a bat and a duck, it seems. I've never been so frightened. I didn't believe in ghosts until then, said 16-year-old Jenny Holloway of Lenham. From the preceding account, it will be seen that the 4 witnesses assumed what they had seen was supernatural. The story was given publicity in the local newspapers and in the national press too. As the Flying Saucer Review has pointed out from time to time, ghosts and miracles may be merely rationalizations for flying saucers, which the majority will even now not accept as real. On the other hand, Hythe and Folkestone may well have been confronted with 2 or even more mysteries, but it would certainly seem that John Flaxton's experience appears to be well within the Type 1 sightings classification. See Jacques Vallée article in the Review's January-February 1964 issue. Other experiences in the area are as follows. November 21st, 1963. Witness Keith Crotcher, age 17, occupation apprentice electrical engineer. He said, I was passing the Brock Hill School football pitch. That's where we are right now. We're going to pan around so that you can see it. So this is the soccer field for you American viewers, and which leads to the Sandling estate, when I felt a sudden breath of cold wind and saw what looked like a golden mist beginning to cross the light that seemed to move slowly. Let's see, so golden mist, beginning to cross the pitch. So he saw this golden mist coming across the field. At the center of the mist was a solid oval light that seemed to move slowly over the ground. I was frightened and ran away. When I came back, it was gone. And then November 23rd through 24th, the witness John McGoldrick, November 23rd to 24th of 1963, and a friend saw this. So he was age 16 at the time, and he was also from Hythe, Kent. After hearing about Keith Crotcher's experience, I went with a friend into the Sandling woods to investigate. In a clearing in the woods, we found a vast expanse of bracken that had been completely flattened, as if some huge and heavy object had been rested there. Are we talking Bigfoot nest here, or maybe Mothman nest, or flying saucer nest?
Or bat duck.
So see this clearing in the woods of bracken flattened, as if some heavy object had been put there. Nearby, we found 3 giant footprints. Doesn't say whether they're webbed, though. There were clear footprints. They were clear footprints, almost 2 foot long and about 9 inches across. They must have been a full inch deep. On December 11th, we went down to the site with 2 reporters and found the wood lit up with a strange pulsating light. It seemed to come from the heart of the trees. We kept watch at a distance for over half an hour, but saw nothing except the light. We were far too frightened to go any closer. And then an adult, a full adult, Mr. William Waite, retired, so he's a retired senior civil servant who used to work for the Aeronautical Inspection Board near Uxbridge, Middlesex, was walking with his dog. So he's in the same neighborhood now, in the neighborhood about a week before the event described above, so before Keith Crotcher's sighting. And when interviewed, he said, I saw this bright bluish-white light, about the size of a golf ball, floating directly ahead of me. It traveled quite slowly in a steady horizontal direction. It definitely wasn't an airplane. The whole thing struck me as very peculiar. The light appeared from the north, crossed Sandling Road, where all these strange things have been seen, and headed out for the sea. Skeptics got busy with explanations which ranged from magnesium flares to poachers flashing torches to hypnotize the birds. The local rector, the Reverend E.E. Stanton, when asked his opinion, replied, it definitely isn't a hoax. Several youngsters have told me about the strange things they've seen. All were very frightened. Obviously, they have seen something out of their normal experience. Some adherents of the ghost theory recall the legend that Slaybrook Corner was the scene of a bloody battle centuries ago. Others declare that the ghost of William Tournay, so William Tournay is the culprit, they say. Tournay was an eccentric who was buried at his own request on an island in the middle of the lake on the estate, which we'll look at later, as well as the home at Slaybrook Corner, where William Tournay's ghost is also sighted. So I think you'll agree, this story's got everything. It's got cryptids that make huge footprints. It's got possible UFOs as
Get
well.
your
Strange
duck bat t-shirts now.
Yeah, your duck bat t-shirts. It's got ghosts, so cryptids, UFOs, and ghosts. for those stories, come to Hythe, Kent, and check it out. It's really beautiful, even though it's rainy right now. But anyway, and I want to thank Sage Paranormal, MJ Dickinson, and
Carl Hutchinson.
Yeah, and Carl Hutchinson. So MJ Dixon and Carl Hutchinson for all of their hospitality. And if you'd like to know more about Sage Paranormal, you can find them on Facebook and on the web. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye now.